Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. It's all made possible today by Roan, the commuter collection. I'm wearing one of their dress shirts right now. Get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. And oh, by the way, use promo code CHATSPORTS at roan.com/chatsports for 20% off your entire order. More on them later on in today's show. But some news from NFL owners' meetings beginning with the door somewhat, and I think maybe not as open as maybe some of the headlines have made it seem, about a potential Ezekiel Elliott return. Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones both made comments about, hey, maybe we could bring him back. We'll give you the full quotes because those don't work in headlines, right? So here are the full quotes from Jerry Jones, the ones that matter, because, Jerry rambles a lot. Good thing I'm fluent in him. I don't want to leave him hanging or our fans hanging or anybody, but I wouldn't take any possibility off the table. Ooh. Zeke gave us everything he had and more, and we gave him everything we had and more. So that's the way you'd like to end it. I think the last half of that quote is the real answer. Remember, Jerry had made comments about wanting to keep Zeke before the Combine, at the Senior Bowl, etc., and they never were really that close in the end to keeping him. And he also made some comments about, the salary cap and role and scheme, and I think they're going to draft a back. With as good as this running back draft class is, whether it's round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, hell, even round 5, this draft class stretches in a way it does not normally stretch at the position. You can find an instant impact player in the 4th round. Stephen Jones made comments about wanting a bigger guy. I think Roschon Johnson, Zach Charbonnet, Tank Bigsby, etc., all fit that role really, really well. So the door is slightly ajar. I think you saw Zeke make his comments about, or leak, that the Jets, Bengals, and Eagles were his 3 finalists. It was his wish list, not actually interest there. I don't think there's going to be a ton of Zeke interest because he's not the same guy that he was. If they don't draft a running back early, or in the top first 4 rounds or so, maybe that starts to make more sense at that point. But I do think they're going to take one of those at that stage. So will Ezekiel Elliott return to Dallas? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments. Actually, the pinned comments on today's video. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, type in your Y for yes or your N for no. Again, I will be surprised in the end if Zeke ends up returning to this Dallas Cowboys organization. I just don't think it's a likely outcome. And I do think a little bit here is some of the public PR of not alienating Zeke more than you already have and keeping your quarterback happy. Here's what Mike McCarthy had to say. No one felt good about that, referring to the release of Ezekiel Elliott. There's so much love for him in the building, but you get to these spots, the longer you're in the league, these are tough decisions, very difficult decisions, very difficult for Dak. I've had a number of conversations with Dak, but it's not easy. There's no doubt about it. Prescott was upset to lose one of his best friends on the team. And think about it, he's lost Lyle Collins, he's lost Ezekiel Elliott, and I understand that on a personal level. Guys you are friends with, you came up in the league with, you're tight with them. I understand that and why it could make you a bit upset. But make no mistake, this was the right move. And if you want to, massage a little bit, okay, but deal with it. Like this, the Lyle Collins release, who Dak was tight with, the Zeke Elliott release, objectively the correct moves by the Dallas Cowboys organization. They were needed to be done, and they were proven right with the Lyle Collins. He's just not going to be healthy anymore. I think Zeke's not the same guy either. And in the end, Dak might be a little upset about losing some of his friends, some of the coaching staff changes. You win more games because you got better players on your roster as a result of those moves. No one's actually going to be mad when it really matters come playoff time, and Dak will still be the good soldier, but it had to be done. If you want to be a little nice publicly to keep up appearances or keep the quarterback happy, whatever, that's fine. But this was the right move by the Cowboys organization. So quarterback's got to deal with it. Now, today's show is presented by Roan. The commuter collection is the answer to the radical reinvention that was needed for men's closets. They stepped up to the challenge. It's the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man. Help you get ready for any occasion. It has pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, and even polos. So you never have to worry about what you're going to wear when you have the Roan Commuter Collection. Odor-free technology, 4-way stretch fabric. The Commuter Collection can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. So head to roan.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off when you go to RHONE.com/chatsports and use the code chatsports. Find your corner office comfort. Upgrade your closet with Roan. Links in the comment section. Promo code is 2 in the comment section and the description of today's video. What was most interesting to me, at least, from Jerry Jones's NFL owners meeting comments was what he had to say about Terence Steele and some things that I don't agree with. Long quote, we condensed it down because it's Jerry being Jerry. He's such a top tackle. As we have it right now, he should be the backup tackle on both sides as we look at it today. There's a lot of position flex right there. To me, what Steele does is be part of a 3-man position when you look at the tackles. We have Tyron when he's available, and we have Steele there that's going to get his snaps, make it a lot of snaps. Then you have Tyler, who is just outstanding and has nothing but upside ahead of him. I think looking at it that way gives us as good a tackle as we've been. Again, some weird Jerryisms there, but basically it's a 3-man tackle rotation. It's also a weird take by Jerry to say that Terence Steele is the swing and not Tyron Smith, because Terence Steele flat out outplayed Tyron Smith at right tackle last year, and Steele's been better at right tackle than he's been at left tackle. In about double the snaps, Terence Steele allowed 1 sack, 4 hits, 15 hurries, and I know it's PFF, but the run game clearly suffered when Terence Steele was not out there. In, again, about half the snaps, Tyron Smith had similar numbers, but fewer snaps. Objectively speaking, though Tyron is a future Hall of Famer, Terence Steele at right tackle was better than Tyron Smith. So if your plan is to play all 3 guys at tackle and not one of them at guard, which would really only be Tyler Smith, by the way, if you want to keep Tyler at left tackle, one of them's got to play right tackle. And Tyron Smith's new deal, it's 2 ways to look at it. Well, he's going to be your starter, but they're covering themselves in the event he has to play, or he's going to be a swing guy, and we've adjusted the contract to better reflect that. If he has to play more, he gets more playing time. I've got more thoughts on this, but in the event it comes down to one of the TSs, I guess they're all TS now, that's confusing. Pick one of the right tackles. 78 for Terence Steele, 71 for Tyron Smith. Especially in March, in the offseason, I think we give a little bit too much credence and emphasis and whatever word we want to use there to what Jerry Jones has to say. His word isn't always the truth when it's all said and done. And remember, this is the same guy who was saying, the Cowboys were saying we're gonna try to bring back Zeke. We're comfortable with Tyron Smith's contract, neither of which proved true. And I think Stephen Jones has a much better answer in terms of what the reality is on the offensive line. I think it's the best 5 guys. Mike's always preached that. It's early. We have a new O-line coach. He gets them out there, gets his hands on them, and sees what they can do. We'll figure out what are the best 5 guys and what makes us the best team for 17 games plus, hopefully, the playoffs. That's a great point by Stephen. Your new O-line coach has not worked with these dudes yet. That is not where we are at in this stage of the NFL cycle. I think we're overreacting to Jerry's comments because I think what this does potentially set up is if they are going to keep those guys at tackle and not play Tyler Smith at left guard, that means I think guard is a glaring area of concern. It is not a situation that puts them into good position because I don't want to play Matt Farniak, Chuma Adoga, Josh Ball. I don't want to start that guy at guard. I think your best 5 as it sits right now looks something like this. If you add a guard to the mix, make Tyron your swing tackle, or I guess Steele, pretty damn good offensive line. But I would still bet money week 1, your right tackle starter is Terence Steele. Now, we will have a second Cowboys YouTube video for you guys today, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. Hit that sub button. Make sure those notifications are set to all. Let's talk Dak Prescott now. Jerry Jones said the Cowboys have not yet begun extension talks with Dak. I remember the heels of Stephen Jones saying, we haven't had talks yet. We want to get it done. We think it'll happen overnight, which is flies in the face of the Cowboys' history there. Dak right now is tied for 7th among the highest paid quarterbacks in the same category as Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones. One of those is not like the other there from that standpoint. Patrick Mahomes is number 5, which is an outlier deal. Remember the deal with quarterback contracts, folks. The longer you wait, the more expensive it becomes. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, all going to be massive contracts if they go for what the market value has been. We'll see what Lamar ends up doing with the guarantee money. That's a big factor there. I need to see the Dak deal get done. I know my belt mentioned $46 million, which I do in a heartbeat. That's under market value. Katie Drummond mentioned more $50 million. You do that now, it's highest paid, and then in 3 months, he's not even top 5 anymore. That's fine. The Cowboys' track record of getting deals done with urgency, with priority, it's not great. I'd like it to change moving forward because you got some big ones coming up beyond Dak even. So will the Cowboys extend Dak this year? D for deal, ND for no deal. If you don't do it, he's got you in a spot that you don't want to be, where he's got 1 year left. It's a big cap hit, and can't franchise tag him. If you believe in him, which you should know by now, if you do or don't, you want to get it done now. We're once again talking kickers because Stephen Jones had some kicker comments, and that's, you know what? You've done a great job so far. I guess I can't complain too much. Here's what Stephen Jones said about maybe drafting a kicker or addressing the spot there. We'll look young in the draft. It'd be nice to start with the young guy that can go out there, be successful, have the right nervous system to be successful, have a guy around here for 3 to 4 years. That'd be the perfect fit. I agree. Those guys don't exist very often, though. And Jake Moody's been the guy, right? He was 82% on field goals last year. Are we sure that's the answer? Career 82% kicker, by the way, or thereabouts. We sure that's the solution? I don't know that it is. It's kicker. I wouldn't mind going the veteran UDFA route again. I think that's worked for you last year. Why not try it again?